Open the door, get on the floor, and everybody walk the dinosaur. Here comes the update for August 31st, 2014.
Update required.
The big rumor this week is that Call of Duty publisher Activision could be looking to acquire Take-Two Interactive, the publisher of such series as Grand Theft Auto and BioShock. These rumors tie back to benchmark analyst Mike Hickey and the fact that Take-Two stocks have been trading at the highest point in 6 years as of Friday, August 29th. According to websites like Investors.com and Street Insider, both companies have been looking into setting up some kind of movie studios to make films based off of their popular franchises, with the idea that both companies coming together would make one film studio for all their movie needs. According to Hickey, Activision has deep connections to Hollywood, and states that for Activision, acquiring Take-Two Interactive would be a no-brainer in our view, circling some of the strongest development talent and own IP in the world within a company that has nearly $1 billion in cash and trades at a comparably lower multiple. This isn't the first time that there have been rumors about someone wanting to acquire Take-Two. Back in 2008, EA made a play for the publisher but was eventually turned down. There were also reports in 2011 by websites such as the UK-based MCV that Activision was looking into acquiring Take-Two even then. Unfortunately though, it seems that every news site that covers these rumors are just throwing around the exact same information. No one seems to have cited exactly where Hickey's quotes originated from the information that I was able to find, be it a report he made or a specific site that he made these comments to. Nonetheless, Hickey goes on to say in a lengthy quote that the acquisition would bring 3 of the strongest development studios in the world under one roof, with Activision then owning Rockstar, Bungie, and Blizzard. And due to the decline in activity from World of Warcraft, Skylanders' pressure from Disney, and Call of Duty's franchise fatigue, as well as the potential opportunity for a MMO or movie adaptation of Grand Theft Auto, acquiring Take-Two would be a very smart move for Activision to make. More was revealed this week about Team Meat's newly announced title, A Voyeur for September. Last week we talked about how a teaser for the live-action stealth game showed up online, and how Team Meat fans were speculating that it could be an anagram for Super Meat Boy Forever, a project that was cancelled a few years ago. Turns out the fans were actually right about this one, as Super Meat Boy Forever was revealed Friday, August 29th at Penny Arcade Expo in Seattle, Washington. The project originated in 2010 as a mobile port of Super Meat Boy, but Team Meat had a very difficult time when designing the game's controls, and eventually ended up having to move on to other projects. The version of the game that was shown off in Seattle ended up confusing fans more than anything else, as many came to believe that the game had been changed to be an auto runner or endless runner instead of the precision and skill-based platformer that they played on the Xbox and PC. To help quell this confusion, co-developer Edmund McMillan made a post on his blog going over just what Super Meat Boy Forever is and will be. He states that our goal with Super Meat Boy Forever is to design a new full-length platformer for touch devices from the ground up, to avoid tacking bad controls on an existing design. We want to make something that embodies the original Super Meat Boy, but is designed around a simple yet intuitive control scheme allowing for pinpoint accuracy and surprisingly deep controls without the use of multiple buttons and/or analog sticks. Also included in the post is a FAQ going over just what the game is and isn't. A few of these point out the game will be released next year for phones, tablets, and PCs through Valve's Steam client, and will feature a full 6-chapter story with double the bosses that were in the original Super Meat Boy game. The game will also feature a vast randomly generated level structure and, while not being an endless runner, will feature a endless mode complete with a high score table. The game is also not a port of Super Meat Boy nor a one-button game. Lastly, McMillan goes on to confirm that Team Meat's previous project, Mugenics, is not cancelled but merely on hold while they work on Super Meat Boy Forever. He also confirms that A Voyeur for September is not a new game that they are making along with Super Meat Boy Forever and Mugenics, but it was just a code name to keep Forever a surprise. Capcom has made it to the news this week as they are in the process of suing fellow Japanese company Koei Tecmo. Created during a merger of Koei and Tecmo in 2009, Koei Tecmo is a holding company for developers such as Team Ninja, creators of the fighting game Dead or Alive, as well as Dynasty Warriors developer Omega Force. The lawsuit covers two separate patents from 2002 that were infringed upon in at least 50 Koei Tecmo titles, such as Omega Force's Samurai Warriors. These patents include both the ability to import or unlock content from an older game into a new title, as well as the use of controller vibration to inform players about nearby enemies. Both are concepts that I've seen in some form or another in other non-Capcom and non-Koei Tecmo titles, such as some of the PS2 Ratchet & Clank games, allowing you to receive weapons from previous games as long as you had a save file for the previous game on your current memory card. But I can say that I haven't really seen either of these mechanics anytime recently. According to the lawsuit, Capcom is seeking 980 million yen, equivalent to $9.43 million US, as well as an injunction on multiple titles that infringe on either copyright. While Valve's multiplayer FPS Team Fortress 2 has constantly shown its fascination with Australia, Australia has recently brought to light the dislike of Valve and some of their policies when it comes to their Steam digital distribution client. Australia, or the Australian Competition and Consumer Division, is suing Valve Corporation over Steam's refund policy. The current policy doesn't allow for refunds of any kind for anything bought through the Steam client, unless required by local law. Australia's laws do require that any company selling any kind of goods, be it physical or virtual, in Australia to allow refunds, and is saying with this lawsuit that Valve Corporation has somehow been able to get around that. The consumer guarantees provided under the Australian consumer law cannot be excluded, restricted, or modified, says ACCC Chairman Rod Sims. It's a breach of the Australian consumer law for businesses to state that they do not give refunds under any circumstances, including for gifts and during sale. Under the Australian consumer law, consumers can insist on a refund or replacement at their option if a product has a major fault. With the large amount of games being made available on Steam's marketplace nowadays, we've seen many faulty and downright broken titles slip through the cracks. Valve Vice President of Marketing Doug Lombardi responded saying, "We're making every effort to cooperate with the Australian officials on this matter, while continuing to provide Steam services to our customers across the world, including Australian gamers." It's still unclear how Valve was exactly able to get around not offering refunds, considering their own policy states that Valve will work within and around the local laws, and the Australian law means that they would have to offer some kind of a refund. The fact that this is actually stated within Valve's own copyright policy could actually change things to be in Valve's favor when they're fighting the lawsuit, since they actually do say that they work around local laws. I've heard complaints from many gamers about the lack of refunds and the difficulty of trying to receive a refund when it comes to Valve and Steam, and hopefully this lawsuit will make Valve rethink some of their policies. The popular streaming service Twitch.tv has been purchased by none other than Amazon this week. Rumors had been spreading around that the recent changes to Twitch.tv and its policies were due so because it was looking to be bought out by somebody bigger, with the rumor going out saying that Twitch would eventually be bought out by Google. While mostly known for its online store, Amazon had already been dealing with streaming in some ways with its Amazon Fire TV service. Amazon Fire brings Amazon's instant video straight to your television, allowing you to watch a wide selection of movies as well as television shows whenever you want to. According to a statement released by Twitch CEO Emmett Shear, Twitch plans on keeping things the same as it was before the acquisition, with hopes that Amazon's support will now allow them to improve upon the site more than they could before. This week's featured channel is Matt Rocks 101. Offering reviews of questionable games in questionable genres, Map provides an entertaining look into strange and widely unknown titles. Well, that's all I got for you guys this week, but before I go, I thought I'd let you know about the latest Jumpstart developer interview. I got the chance to talk with Bryce Coe of Guts Department about their Kickstarter for Aegis Defenders, a 2D exploration and tower defense game. Thanks for watching. Please let me know what you think about the show in the comment section below, and you've just been updated.
Update complete.